Government of India. Now I take privilege to warmly welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak, Professor Rajbir Singh ji, and Chief Patron of this course also. Our chief guest of this valedictory session, Professor S.K. Tomar, Vice Chancellor, J.C. Bose University of Science and Technology, Faridabad, Haryana. Our guest of honor, Professor Arvind Pandey, former advisor ICMR NIMS and former director National Institute of Medical Statistics, New Delhi. Welcome, sir. Foreign expert Professor Arni S. Srinivasa Rao from Medical College of Georgia, Augusta University, USA. Welcome, sir. National Coordinator of the Gian Program, Dr. Abhijit and their team. Local Coordinator of Gyan Program, Professor J.P. Yadav, Dean Faculty of Life Sciences, Maharishi Dayanand University. Professor Gulshan Lal Taneja, Registrar, Maharishi Dayanand University. Course Coordinator, Professor Rajiv Kumar, Head Department of Mathematics, Maharishi Dayanand University. Deputy Course Coordinator, Dr. Poonam Redu. All deans, directors, and heads of other various departments of Maharishi Dayanand University. Other guests and respected faculty members of organizing team members of this organizing team, distinguished guests, and my dear participants from various institutes of India, I humbly welcome you all again on this digital platform of Maharishi Dayanand University. Now, with the salutations to Ma Saraswati, let's start our program. With our university tradition of University Kulgeet, I request my technical team to play the University Kulgeet.
Please stand up for the university के लिए.
Thank you, everyone. Now, I request Dr. Poonam Redu, Deputy Course Coordinator of this Gyan program, to formally welcome the August gathering. So, over to you, Dr. Poonam.
Thank you, Dr. Ekta. A very good evening to all of you. First of all, I say happy Holi to all of you. Honorable Chief Patron Professor Rajbir Singh, Vice Chancellor of Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak. Our Chief Guest Professor S.K. Tomar, Vice Chancellor of J.C. Bose University for Sciences and Technology, Faridabad. Guest of Honor Professor Arvind Pandey, former Advisor and Director of National Institute of Statistics, Delhi. Professor Ernie S. Rao, foreign expert of this course from Augusta University, Augusta, Georgia, USA. Special guest Professor J.P. Yadav, local coordinator of this Gian course. Professor Taneja, Registrar of Marisidan University, Rohtak, and Professor Rajiv Kumar, coordinator of this Gyan course and head of the department, all dean, directors, faculty, member of our mathematics family, guest, and all above the wonderful participant. We are delighted and feel proud to have you all here on the board. It is my proud privilege to welcome all of you. First of all, on the behalf of the organizing team, I would like to thank MHRD for sanctioning this course to our department and our university. So now it is the time for reading Gyan course report. Gyan course begin with an inaugural function conducted by Department of Mathematics MD Rohtak on March 14 at 5 p.m. In this ceremony, welcome address was given by Professor Rajiv Kumar, course coordinator. After welcome address, the guest of honor, Professor Gulshan Taneja, conveyed his best wishes for the success of the program. Then, local Gyan coordinator, Professor J.P. Yadav, highlighted the importance of Gyan in increasing the footfalls of reputed international faculty in the Indian academic institutes. Then, Professor S.R. Srinivasa Rao said that it is time for India to practically implement the knowledge for their own benefits. And in the end, the Honorable Chief Guest of the program, Professor Rajbir Singh, talked about the importance of studying mathematical models for medical sciences, especially during pandemic phase. And in the end, vote of thanks was given by me, Deputy Coordinator Poonam Reddu of this Gyan course. So on the first day, the phone expert Professor Rao talked about concept of stochastic process. In first lecture, he gave real-life example of stochastic and deterministic model. And in the next lecture, Professor Rao delivered his talk on the topic Foundation on Stochastic Process, and he also explained about Chebyshev theorem and systematically explained various aspects of stochastic process. The second day started with the lecture of by me on mathematical modeling and its application to the diversified field. So I gave an overview and importance of mathematical modeling. Then in second lecture, Professor Rao talked about classification of stochastic process, Markov chain, solving the Kolmogorov equations in simple cases. And in the end, the tutorial session is conducted on application of stochastic process in the study of disease, their risk and treatment. On the third day, the first lecture on Gyan course is started with the Professor Rajiv Kumar on stochastic modeling of some system using real data. In the next lecture, Professor Rao explained about HIV/AIDS modeling and systematically explained various aspects of this. In the last lecture of the third day, he delivered his talk on the topic project on COVID-19. The topic of analysis of some stochastic model for human organ and hospital system has been taught by Professor Rajiv Kumar in the first lecture. Then Professor Rao explained the classification of states and also gave some importance of theory part and further proceed by tutorial on models in biostatics and their application. Fifth day, that is today, the test is conducted for the assessment for the participant at 5 p.m. Then in first lecture of fifth day, Professor Rao talked about HCV and COVID-19 modeling. And he also discussed how the disease spread and how we can control this. So this is the overall report of the Gyan course. Thank you all of you. Now I would like to invite Dr. Ekta Narwal for further proceeding. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Poonam. Now we have with us a very humble man, Professor J.P. Yadav, local coordinator of Gyan program and Dean Faculty of Life Sciences, Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak. He has a research experience of more than 30 years with 3,645 citations and 186 research papers with 33 H index. He has completed 5 research projects with 204 lakhs 83. So all I can say, he is one of the eminent researcher or scientist of Anand University, Rohtak. So I would like to welcome you, sir, on the board and for your address. Over to you, sir. Welcome you.
Professor Yadav,
Yes, sir.
you're not audible.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Now,
Sir,
volume is
your
low.
voice is low, a little low.
Oh, now I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible, sir, but your voice is low.
This is low. Now,
Yes, sir.
first of all,
Make
greetings
it.
to our festival of colors, that is Holi. I warm welcome you on this occasion and wish you all a very happy Holi. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajbir Singh, our today chief guest, Professor S.K. Tomar, Vice Chancellor J.C. Bose University of Science and Technology, expert, Professor Arni S.R. Srinivasa Rao, guest of honor, Professor Arvind Pandey, our registrar, Professor Gursalal Taneja, course coordinator, Professor Rajiv Kumar, course coordinator, Dr. Poonam Reddu, the heads and dean, the different faculties, dear participants, and the faculty member of MD University and others, those who have joined the course. Hope you enjoyed today the Holi festivals. Today in our university we enjoyed a lot for the excellent arrangement that has been made by our Vice Chancellor for celebration of the Holi and Madam Dr. Sanjit Kaur on the VC residence. From the last 5 days, you have studied and interact with Professor S.R. Rao on the stochastic process theory and its application in medical sciences. I am sure that you had enjoyed the last 5 days of very productive discussions with Professor Arni S.R. Rao. These stochastic modeling, which play an important role, especially in investigating the biological systems, having some diseases, as the models help in understanding the mechanism of diseases in terms of explaining relationships between development and progressions in disease stages and other relevant covariants. I believe that participants able to design and predict the varied problems related to the human diseases, their risk factors and treatments, human organ systems and human physiology. I, being man of biology, I hope that a joint research project may be designed on the basis of which we can make the modeling and we can solve the different health related issue of the human beings. And all the interaction that you have made with Professor Rao in the 12 different lectures. And today in the scenario of this COVID-19, this modeling, stochastic modeling will help in designing and predict the epidemic and public health related issues. I compliment the organizer of this Gian, Professor Rajiv and Dr. Poonam Reddu, for their efforts that have put in for the kind of the subject that they have addressed, for the participants and they have drawn. So for this, the whole Department of Mathematics has cooperated well, and they design and they conduct this Gyan course in excellent manner. I thank to MHRD and IIT Kharagpur for cooperation and providing the money for conducting this course. I wish you luck in that endeavor. I thank you, all of you. Thank you very much. Dr. Ekta.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Thanks again. Now we have a very hardworking professor from Medical College of Georgia, Augusta University, USA, Professor Arni S.R. Srinivasa Rao, our foreign expert of this GYAN program. Theory and Mathematical Modeling, Division of Infectious Diseases, Department of Medicine, Augusta University. Professor in Division of Health Economics and Modeling, Medical College of Georgia. Apart from having various important positions in his university, he is also a consultant for the World Bank, India Clan, and other agencies to assist Government of India for developing mathematical models to address key issues related to health, medicine, and bioinformatics. Whatever I will say about your knowledge and work for this society is very lesser. Your aura and persona itself is an inspiration for all of us. So, with all these words, I would like to welcome you on this board for your address, sir. Over to you, sir.
Sorry, you are not audible. Professor Rao?
Yeah, namaste to all. Happy Holi. And I want to thank Dr. Ekta for introducing me. It is my honor to speak on this occasion and to give the 12 lecture series. I want to thank once again MDU leadership of Professor Rajbir Singh, Professor Yadav, and all the distinguished faculty, and my co-host, Professor Rajiv Kumar, Professor Poonam Reddu, and all his department colleagues and students. It gives me a lot of satisfaction for end of the 5-day event, and all the participants actually worked really hard. I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart for their hard work and the seriousness towards this 5 days course. And I will be available for all of them even after the course, and then feel free to get in touch with me. And it's my honor that Professor Arvind Pandey, former NIMS director, has come here, and he has been himself done a lot of modeling efforts in the country. It's my honor, sir. And once again, I want to thank all the organizers and the participants and the Gyan MHRD. It is very important, as I mentioned in the inaugural session, India now has to advance towards the application side. Theoretically, India has done already very good work. Historically, as I mentioned in the other sessions also, since from the Sulabha Sutra period to the current day, Aryabhatta, India has done mathematics, strategic physics in every other field. Lot of advancements has done. And last 70 years of independence, I think we also further developed. Now it is a time that again refocus on the applications and then show real world things for our own society. Manufacturing, applications, the data. We discussed we covered various things during these 5-day lectures. So the MDU's MDU design program is is timely in this sense. And this is, as I come to know, this is the first course on the applications of the theory, not only theory. So we learned all these things. So this is a great opportunity, and it should be a good beginning. As Professor Yadav mentioned, India is, the biological sciences, all these things, mathematical models can benefit a lot. Thanks and namaste to all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Thanks again. Now we have with us our guest of honor, Professor Arvind Pandey, former advisor ICMR NIMS and former director NIMS New Delhi, a veteran in the field of statistical modeling, population science, and epidemiological studies. He has worked as faculty at the International Institute for Population Sciences, Mumbai, National Consultant, WHO India. He has published over 235 peer reviewed articles, 12 books, and over 45 research monographs and reports. He has established the Clinical Trials Registry India CTRI as National Repository of Clinical Trials in India. He has been the nodal person for the NACO's HIV sentinel surveillance and estimation in India, chair and co-chair of the Technical Advisory Committee TAC, National Family Health Survey NFHS, and member of the National Task Force on COVID-19 Operation Research Group constituted by the ICMR and MOHFW. He was president of the Indian Association for the Study of Population IASP, Indian Society for Medical Statistics ISMS, and chief editor of Demography India. He is a fellow of Indian National Academy Medical Sciences, fellow of Royal Statistical Society UK, fellow of Indian Society for Medical Statistics, and fellow of Indian Society for Mathematical Modeling and Computer Simulation. He has delivered Professor Ramakumar Memorial Oration of University of Kerala, Professor George Simmons Memorial Oration, and Professor S.K. Bhattacharya Oration of ISMS, and has been bestowed with Professor P.B. Sukhamte Memorial National Award for Statistics for his lifetime contributions and achievements in the field of official statistics by Government of India, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation on the Statistics Day, 29th June 2020, birthday of Dr. P.C. Mahalanobis, father of Indian statistical system. So whatever we will say about you, it will be lesser. So with all these words, I would like to welcome it. It's my honor that I am welcoming you, sir, on this platform. So I like to welcome you on the board for your address, sir. Over to you, sir. Sir,
Thank you so much for so elaborate introduction of mine. I'm really, grateful to the organizers for inviting for this important session. So I shall begin by saying that Professor Rajbir Singh, who is Honorable Vice Chancellor of MD University, Professor Tomar, Vice Chancellor of JC Bose University of Science and Technology, who is the chief guest of the ceremony, foreign expert, dear Professor Arni Srinivas Rao, local Gian coordinator, Professor Yadav, Professor Tuteja, registrar of the university, course coordinator, Professor Rajiv Kumar and Professor Poonam, all senior faculty of the institute, university, and faculties, academicians, and other researchers, PG students who have joined this online course, and that has been happening in the evening, 5 to 8, and people have been participating, overwhelming, responding to this important course. It gives me immense pleasure meeting all of you, though it is the evening of Holi, but all of you are attending and participating in this 7 days workshop online Gian course on stochastic process, that is theory and its application, both has been covered in this, and this was sponsored by, I heard, from Ministry of HRD and Department of Mathematics, MD University has implemented that workshop so successfully. And I'm happy to learn about this global initiative of academic network. Gian is the acronym for this, which is initiated by Ministry of HRD, and this wonderful that bringing all the international experiences and experts on a forum where our Indian colleagues, students, and scholars can get acquainted and also updated with the applications. And I'm really very happy and grateful. I shall say grateful to Vice Chancellor of this MD University who has encouraged to take up this Gyan program at MDU University, which has a lot of policy and program applications. Its internal faculty, Professor Rajiv Kumar, sometimes back when he was taking up, he contacted me, sir, he needed our help to identify expert. And that time I suggested that Professor R.D. Rao is the one who is not only working in the area of this modeling, stochastic modeling and application, but also he has worked with Professor C.R. Rao, who is globally acclaimed. Right now, we say that the number one on the world, and he has completed his century. He has worked with him and brought out a volume of book, which is the 2 volumes, and their application of stochastic process in different areas one can find. So his book, which he has edited with his hard work in last 3 to 4 years, can be introduced, and also his experiences of bringing those applications will be really useful for the people who are working in this country. And I'm happy to tell you that India has been pioneering in the application of stochastic modeling, its theory and application, way back in 1955 when Professor Dandekar, Professor B.M. Dandekar was the deputy chairman during the Janta regime or planning commission. He was the one who first applied stochastic model on a survey data which was collected in Satara, Nagpur, and that he was not able to, give the full solution, and he submitted that paper in Sankhya. Sankhya is a paper journal of our Indian Statistical Institute in Kolkata, seeking help why that the kind of issue which he's facing is not being, addressed as he was envisioning. So that was the beginning of application, and there was a debate on that paper. And the title of that paper is Certain Modified Forms of Binomial and Poisson Distribution, was really, charcha ka vishay tha during 50s. And I can tell you, solution could not come until one scholar from India who was attending the class of Professor Neyman, and he got that paper as a classroom exercise, and then he said that he has solution. And you know that scholar name was Professor Sobhnath Singh, who did PhD under Neyman and gave solution, and that was the beginning of stochastic modeling in this country, applying to the area of health statistics. And after that, a lot of work had taken place, and other areas have also worked in that area and diversified the applications. And he said that modeling only those people can do who have bold understanding of the basics, and assumptions also can be taken by those people. And under those assumptions, models can be done. And Arni Srinivas now, Rao is the one who has compiled all those learnings, or the institutional memories and the work in that book, where people can get any topic and try to work on that. And I can tell you that this workshop is so important that each of you who have attended can try to see that how you can apply in different fields and submit proposal to Department of Science and Technology, who have a lot of fund available to help Indian scholars to work in this area, stochastic modeling. In fact, there is a dearth of applications to work in the area of stochastic modeling applications. So this way that will be one help for all of you. And second is that you can see how in pandemic like COVID can be addressed from different angles and under different assumptions, and also validate the recommendations or suggestions which are coming across the globe. Like WHO is recommending that such and such death had taken place in India, saying that which is three, four, not three, four, 10 times more than what India has reported. And we from the modeling side refuted on that and said that no, whatever assumptions you are taking is not right, and we do not agree. And we have our own way of doing that. And under certain assumptions, we have reported estimate and the estimates which could be likely for that. So that kind of thing can only come if we are concurrently or simultaneously working in those data with the application of or Markov chain model or random walks model. See, random walks model has immediate application to validate the trend of death which we had in our civil registration system and see that what will happen in the presence of pandemic. So simple model if you can apply, and also seasonality. If seasonality of the data death is available and from our data or from any of the data, and that we can immediately apply and can say that look at this will be our recommendation or our estimate for the likely any casualty or death in this country, or the survival analysis also could be carried out. And concept of heterogeneity and endogeneity also can be brought in our stochastic model, and differential equations can be brought in here to see how we can validate those estimates which people are giving and what we are giving. There are very good amalgamation of stochastic models and stochastic model differential equations models. If these two are taken together, and I can tell you, you will have a lot of application and which will give you satisfaction that whatever we have, we are applying with our data and giving the right suggestions to our country or our government to take actions. So these are the few things I thought that I can give you encouragement from the angle that this has a lot of scope, a lot of prospect, and this workshop is really timely. And I shall congratulate Professor Rajiv and his colleagues who have decided to take up this topic. But don't stop here and don't feel that this is the one we have certified. There should be a follow up and make this as a cohort that the first workshop has taken place now, and then every year at least part of that, not all topic to be covered, part of that can be taken every year and see that how you can follow up that how many people are utilizing that. This is one. And second, all those who have participated, network with them and see how they are working, and they can be friend of this MD University, which has taken pioneering effort for this kind of work. So this will really make a good pool of researchers and academicians who can provide timely support to the academia and also to government for taking right decision. Thank you very much. Again, I appreciate all these efforts which you have made. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. And yes, we can assure you that we will not stop here, and we will surely incorporate your suggestions in our future events or in our research also, sir. And we will surely connect with the participants in future also. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Now we have with us chief guest of this valedictory session, Professor S.K. Tomar, Vice Chancellor, J.C. Bose University of Science and Technology, Faridabad, Haryana. Professor Tomar is also professor in Department of Mathematics, Punjab University, Chandigarh. He has more than 31 years of teaching experience as well as research experience. He has published more than 108 research papers in international journals, and he has been delivered more than 117 invited talk on various topics in various institutes. He is life member of Punjab Academy of Sciences, Punjabi University, Patiala, Indian Science Congress, Indian Society of Industrial and Applied Mathematics, and Chandigarh Vigyan Parishad also. Former member of Academic Advisory Council for MOOCs at CEC Consortium, New Delhi. Appointed as ex officio member of the Academic Advisory Committee of the UGC HRDC of GNDU Amritsar. With all these words, I just want to thank you, sir, for joining us on this platform, and I would like to welcome you on the board for your address, sir. Over
Thank
to
you,
you, sir.
Professor Rajbir Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of MD University Rohtak, Professor Arvind Pandey, guest of honor of this event, Professor Rajiv Kumar, course coordinator, Professor Gulshan Taneja ji, registrar of the university, Professor JP Yadav ji, local Gian coordinator, Dr. Poonam Retu, deputy course coordinator, eminent speakers, and dear participants. First of all, I am thankful to the organizers who have given me the opportunity to share views on this very important course of Gyan. Basically, this is on Vishesh Gyan, and the topic chosen was the stochastic processes, theory and applications in medical sciences. You see, any person of mathematics who is doing MSc or MA, if quizzed at once, can you tell me the application of this particular theorem you are studying? I think the student is not in position to tell anything as far as the application point of view of the concept of the theorem is concerned. Why? The simple answer is that we have been taught and we are teaching. Like that, this is the book prescribed, this is the content. We start from example 1 or exercise 1, and then after solving, we look at the final pages where the answers are given. If the answer matches, then you become happy because you got the answer, and that's all. So this is how the teaching is being imparted as far as the mathematics is concerned. Professor Arvind Pandey ji was talking about that this is high time that the application of mathematics in other areas should also be told. Yes, I do agree. And the important point is that how can it be possible that the interest among the students can be inculcated by giving certain examples or by giving such exercises in the answer in the books, so that the interest of the candidate can be generated from those questions. Can you think of that how many questions has been framed newly in the last 50 years? You take up 2-3 books and you will find that the exercises of one book is the examples in other books, and the examples of other books are the exercises in the other books. This is how the things are going on. It is our onus to change certain things for the benefit of the different disciplines from the mathematics. See, don't you think that some mathematical modeling or the application-oriented questions should be incorporated in the books of graduation as well as post-graduation level? where at least first-hand exposure of the students should be given. This is very important in today's scenario. As far as the applications are concerned, I think the eminent experts, they have already imparted very important parts where they might have conveyed that this is how the mathematics is being used. You see, as far as the biological sciences are concerned, I know that lot of applications of mathematics are there. A simple example I can put forth before you. There is a disease and you have to find its drug, which will counter the disease. Now the question comes, what amount of dose at what interval it should be given to the patient so that the result is, or the benefit of or the result of this whole sentence contains complete mathematical modeling. This is one area where the mathematics can play a very important role. In the ancient period, it was the practice, it was the experience of the doctor to give the doses and then to find out that this is the best amount of doses given to this interval of time. Our body is full of complex systems. Lot of arteries and veins are there in which the blood is flowing. And the protein motors, they are moving from one place to another place. And you know that at certain points, there are number of branches. So certainly, as and when the proteins goes to that nodal point, so it should have been distributed uniformly or as per the requirement. Whatever you want to explore or you want to, you have already targeted. So this is where the number of areas mainly in which the mathematics is there will be implemented or being implemented. For example, we study in our mathematics how the liquid flow in a circular pipe. We find out the pattern of flow. We find out the drag, skin drag. We find out the temperature distribution and whatnot. The only difference is that in the flow of blood in the arteries or in the veins, the arteries are not circular exactly. They are elastic in nature and they are of varying diameter. And of course, there are branches. So all these things becomes very complex, and it is mathematics which can give you the more accurate answer of flow system in the body. Similarly, lot of things are there, like in our brain, number of communications are coming from different parts of the body and they are being distributed. So this communication system is also very complex. To understand the whole system of this communication, it is mathematics, the hardcore mathematics, which is very, very important to understand, and then only you can, it will be very useful for to understand in a better way how to these biologists and the neurologists and whatnot. So in total, because already speaker has told lot of applications of mathematics in different areas, but my main urge is that we should formulate such a teacher, such a curriculum where the application of mathematics in different areas should be given an example as well as an exercise, so that the first-hand exposure to the students can be given there and the interest to the mathematician can be inculcated. But at the moment, the problem is that we are not able to give sufficient attention to the application part. And Professor Arvind Pandey has rightly pointed out, other professor also pointed out rightly that we have done lot of theorems, lot of conceptual mathematics, but as far as the application point is considered, we are very poor. But the people outside the country, they are very strong here. They go for application as and when new theorem or new concept of mathematics comes into. And that's why they are using mathematics in a better way than we do. The person of mathematics which goes outside for doing postdoctoral or any other research from India, those people are well aware that he is an Indian or she is an Indian, is hard worker, has good mathematics potential, and they use it because they are always looking for application of mathematics. So my urge to all the participants is that they should think that how the application of mathematics of different concepts should be explored, and the questions and answers should be incorporated at different levels. So I think this is what I wanted to convey, and I must congratulate the participants for completion of this Vishesh Gyan course. And I am very indebted to the dynamic Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajbir Singh, who has given me the opportunity to share my views on this important topic. Thank you, each and everyone.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. Thank you again for joining us on this platform and sharing your precious time with us. Thank you so much, sir. Now it's time for our respected and dear participants for sharing their experience and learning and suggestions for this Gyan program. So I request participants to share their feedbacks. Anybody who wants to say anything, they can unmute themselves and then they can share their experiences with us. Learnings from this course they can share.
Yes, can I give my feedback?
Yes, sure, sir. Welcome, sir.
Myself, Dr. Naresh Kumar, Associate Professor in Agrawal College, Ballabgarh, and was participants of this Gyan course. First of all, I am thankful to organizers for giving me chance to give feedback. आज के इस वैलिडिक्टरी फंक्शन के मुख्य अतिथि आदरणीय प्रोफेसर एस.के. तोमर जी, वाइस चांसलर जे.सी. बोस, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी फरीदाबाद, माननीय प्रोफेसर राजवीर सिंह जी, ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर एमडीयू रोहतक, प्रोफेसर गुलशन तनेजा जी, रजिस्ट्रार एमडी यूनिवर्सिटी रोहतक, प्रोफेसर अरविंद पांडे जी, प्रोफेसर जे.पी. यादव जी, प्रोफेसर आर.डी. राव जी, प्रोफेसर राजीव कुमार, हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट मैथमेटिक्स एंड कोर्स कोऑर्डिनेटर, डॉक्टर पूनम रेड्डू एंड ऑल फैकल्टी मेंबर्स एंड पार्टिसिपेंट्स ऑफ दिस ज्ञान कोर्स, सबको होली पर्व की शुभकामनाएं और बधाई। सभी को नमस्कार। यह 5 दिवसीय ज्ञान कोर्स सभी पार्टिसिपेंट्स के लिए ज्ञानवर्धक रहा। इस कोर्स का पाठ्यक्रम भी उच्च कोटि का था। कोर्स के माध्यम से हमें स्टोकास्टिक मॉडल्स को मेडिकल साइंसेस में प्रयोग करने की प्रेरणा मिली। इस प्रयोग के फॉरेन एक्सपर्ट प्रोफेसर आरनी राव के सभी लेक्चर्स उच्च प्रकाष्ठा के रहे। उन्होंने एग्जाम्पल्स के माध्यम से पूरे पाठ्यक्रम को सरल भाषा में हमें समझाया और प्रतिभागियों के हर प्रश्न का जवाब देकर हर सेशन को इंटरैक्टिव बनाया। मैथमेटिकल मॉडल्स, स्टोकास्टिक मॉडल्स का गहन रिसर्च के लिए प्रयोग करने के लिए भी प्रेरित किया। हम सभी पार्टिसिपेंट्स प्रोफेसर राव के हमेशा ऋणी रहेंगे। हार्टफेल्ट थैंक्स टू प्रोफेसर राव। कोर्स कोऑर्डिनेटर प्रोफेसर राजीव कुमार जी के भी सभी लेक्चर्स अत्यंत रुचिकर एवं ज्ञानवर्धक रहे। इस कोर्स के सफलतापूर्वक आयोजन के लिए प्रोफेसर राजीव कुमार जी और उनके टीम मेंबर्स डॉक्टर पूनम रेड्डू, डॉक्टर एकता नरवाल और पूरे गणित विभाग को हार्दिक धन्यवाद और बधाई। हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि आने वाले समय में गणित विभाग और भी ऐसे कार्यक्रमों का सफल आयोजन करके विद्यार्थियों एवं रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स का ज्ञानवर्धक करते रहेंगे। सभी प्रतिभागियों की तरफ से इस कार्यक्रम के पथ प्रदर्शक ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर राजवीर सिंह जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। इस ज्ञान कोर्स को सफल बनाने के लिए सभी का हार्दिक धन्यवाद और सभी को बधाई। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your words. Now I request other participants to kindly unmute yourself and then share your feedback.
मंजू टोंग मैम बता रहे हैं।
Yes, ma'am, you can share your feedback. Manju, ma'am.
Thank you, Ekta.
Yes, ma'am.
Namaskar and happy Holi to all present here. Professor Rajveer Singh, Vice Chancellor, MDU, and Professor S.K. Tomar, Srinivasa sir, Professor Rajiv sir, and all present here. It's my pleasure. I am Dr. Manju Singh Tong. I am Professor and Head Department of Mathematics and Statistics at CCSHAU, Hisar. It's my proud pleasure to give a feedback for this one-week Gian course conducted and coordinated by Professor Rajiv Kumar, Dr. Poonam Reddu, and their team in collaboration with Professor Arni S.R. Srinivasa from USA. And this program is sponsored by MHRD. The course comprised of 12 lectures and two tutorials, each of 2 hours, were held during this Gyan course. During the lectures, both theoretical concepts and practical concepts were elaborated extensively. How to formulate a model, what are the points to be taken care of during the development of a model were explained very beautifully. The models developed by all resource persons in different fields, especially in medical sciences, were explained and shared with participants. We are very thankful, sir. Professor S.R. Srinivasa, sir, your lectures were beautiful. All the sessions were interactive, thought-provoking, very useful and interesting. All the speakers shared their knowledge, experience, and expertise in their area for the benefit of researchers very liberally. Participants were motivated to ask questions and were made very comfortable. Professor Srinivasa every time praised the participants and said that questions are asked are sensible and related. Thank you, sir, for motivating all, and you made us comfortable for asking questions. In the end, I will say that the course was wonderfully practical, productive, and professionally conducted, with lots of opportunities for interaction. Thanks a lot. MDU मेरी भी शिक्षा स्थलीय है। राजीव सर, मेरे को अपना 85 से 80 तक के होली मनाने वाले दिन वहाँ आज मुझे याद आ रहे हैं। So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. Thank you for your valuable feedback. Any other participant want to share their experience and learning from this course?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
I'm Dr. Prem Prakash Sharma.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
You are not audible.
Sir, you are not audible.
Any other? Meantime, anywhere.
In the meantime, anyone else want to share their feedback? Okay. Sir, your voice is breaking.
Yes,
Am I
yes,
audible
okay.
now?
Now you are audible, sir. Yes, sir.
In between some interruption was there. So
Okay.
lectures by Professor Arne Rao and Professor Rajiv and Professor Poonam was was really very interesting, and Professor Rao has been very humble in provoking the participants in asking questions, and he was very interactive, very ground to earth, and very helping in answering the questions. And really, we are very lucky that he has all the way. He was continuously without any break. He devoted his full time. Even the participants or we sometimes feel lazy, but he was continuously, constantly full 2 hours without any break. It's very hardworking and grateful to Professor Rajiv Kumar, who has organized this course, and his team. I would like to add one thing, that if this type of course may be done in a manner where some participants who are having the medical facility, the persons who are working in medical field, because this title was theory and application in medical science. So the medical students, they are somewhat reluctant in going through this derivations or equations. When some of the participants, they feel that it is all totally theoretical. When Professor Kumar said that or colleagues, so that they can join this course. So I requested them, and some of them joined also. But when they saw this course theoretical, so they went back. They said, no, it is totally theoretical. We are unable to go through this course. So I would like to request you, if you can prepare a document where the participants or the medical students can go through those steps and try to apply the stochastic model in different diseases, like how we arrive at the final stage, like some example of the data. This is the data, and how we analyze this data, and finally these are the results and interpretation. If you can prepare a small document for medical students, that would be very helpful. It is my personal request, and I thank to the organizers, and I'm very happy to participate in this course. Thank you very much. I request to continue this type of participation again and again, and frequently. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable suggestions. We will try to incorporate these, and we will try to prepare a document. Thank you so much, sir. So now it's time for us to hear the presidential address of this valedictory session by the chief patron of this course, Professor Rajbir Singh, Vice Chancellor, Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak, former Vice Chancellor, State University of Performing and Visual Arts, Rohtak, former director of CEC Consortium of UGC, a man with an extraordinary strong vision and a great administrator. He has more than 3 decades of valuable experience in the field of journalism and mass communication. He has a long and varied experience of teaching, administration, and research. He has earned for himself a respected place in academic and professional circles. Now, without delaying much, I would like to welcome you, sir, on this board for your words of wisdom. Over to you, sir. Welcome you again.
Thank you, Ekta. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. The chief guest for this valedictory program, Professor S.K. Tomar, Vice Chancellor, J.C. Bose, Ministry of Science and Technology, Faridabad. Professor Arvind Pandey, the legendary figure in this area and the former director of NIMS. The guest of honor and our phone expert, Professor Arni Srinivasa Rao, who had been there throughout this workshop for last 1 week. The national coordinator for this program and the local coordinator, Professor J.P. Yadav, and the program coordinator, our own Professor Rajiv Kumar, Professor Gulshan Taneja, our registrar, and the entire team of this MDU as an organizer, the host for this program, Gian program, and all the participants. I've been told that more than 50 participants from more than 11 states, they are there throughout this program. First of all, let me congratulate and let me extend the greetings for the holy festival, the festival of joy, happiness, and colors. And this program is important from another angle also. I've been told that though there are a lot many Sishya and Guru, but quite interesting that Professor Srinivasa Rao and Professor Arvind Pandey is there. Together they are there. One is our international expert and another is our guest of honor. So on behalf of MDU, I welcome Professor Arvind Pandey and thank him for sparing his valuable time and throwing light on a very important topic, especially today. Again, repeat at the cost of repetition, but this is very important. In the beginning of this program, on the inaugural session of this 1 week Gyan program, Professor Arni rightly pointed out that now the India should embark upon the application of the knowledge, and I'm happy, and it's quite interesting, and that whatever statement Professor Arni made in the beginning and even today, that has been endorsed by Professor Pandey also. That India is a pioneer in this knowledge area also. He gave a historical perspective of this stochastic model or mathematical modeling and its application. But we do feel that and through the feedback of the participant and what Professor Rajiv even shared during this period, that a lot more needs to be done. And I'm sure after attending this workshop, the participant must be in a position, the first thing, to whatever knowledge they have acquired in this area, they must be in a position to refresh their knowledge. And they must be in a position to reorient their knowledge in terms of the application of the knowledge they had, or they were ignited to acquire more knowledge. Basically, the Gian program, the Global Initiative of Academic Network, the program sponsored by MHRD and coordinated at national level by IIT Kharagpur, is a wonderful program. The MDU has already organized not many programs under the leadership of our dynamic teacher, I would say, Professor J.P. Yadav. He is the local coordinator, and lot many programs in the area of life science, pharmacy, and recently this one by our mathematics department. And I'm proud to say that not only the largest department in the northern India in all universities, if I compare the number of the students enrolled with the department, the different programs offered by the our mathematics department, but it's doing good in the area of this the knowledge area of mathematics. I think I'm the only person odd man out for this program. In the sense, the chief guest of the day, he's from mathematics. the guest of honor, he is from that area, and of course the resource person or the international faculty, and the entire participant and the host department, all from mathematics. But one thing, as a science graduate, and that too with the subject of mathematics, I did my graduation with mathematics as one of the subject. So at least I can appreciate the importance of the topic. That what is the importance of this topic. There is no denying the fact that today, without application of the statistics, without the application of the mathematical model, you can't do much. Be it a field of this public health or the field of the medicine. You need to have the knowledge of the application of mathematics as this tool. And I think Professor Arvind Pandey has rightly pointed out that just going through this 1 week workshop or the 1 week Gian program is not enough. There is need for networking whatever we have acquired shop. I think all the participants they need to be connected even after this program is over, so that the knowledge pool acquired through this workshop that can be further strengthened and enhanced. Even the NEP 2020 encourages for interdisciplinary and participatory kind of a work, and through this interdisciplinary approach, the people from life science, the people from physical sciences, if they come together and submit the project for the application of the mathematical tools for solving the problem of the life sciences, the knowledge area, I think we can do wonder. We can do greater good for the society. At the end, let me thank the international experts, Professor Arni Rao and Professor Arvind Pandey, and all the participants. All the more they deserve special thanks for being so curious to learn about the new knowledge areas. I won't say the new knowledge area, but in terms of the application, certainly it must be new for all the teachers and for all the research scholars for the application of the mathematical knowledge in the new areas of emerging science. And let me congratulate Professor J.P. Yadav again and the host department led by Professor Rajiv Kumar for such a wonderful workshop, for such a wonderful Gyan program. Even the feedback of the participant itself revealed that it was a joyful learning, and that too at the occasion of the Holi festival, which again is a festival of joy and colors. So it's I don't think it's a coincidence. It must be a design on the part of the mathematics department, that we need to coincide this program with the Holi festival. It's a wonderful treat to me, at least, to hear a word of wisdom from Professor Arvind Pandey, and of course my valued friend Professor S.K. Tomar. I know that today is a festival day, and he must be relaxing at Chandigarh because very recently he joined as Vice Chancellor of this J.C. Bose University. I am a journalist, so I can't claim to speak much on the topic, but since, as I shared with you, being a science student, at least I have a small sense of appreciation for this subject. Thank you, Professor Arvind Pandey, for sparing your available time, and thank you, Professor Ani Srinivasa, for sparing your 1 week for MDU. And my special thanks to the MHRD and the National Coordinator IIT Kharagpur, and a lot of compliment to Professor J.P. Yadav and the entire team of Mathematics Department led by Professor Rajiv Kumar. Thank you. And my special thanks to Professor Sushil Kumar Tomar, the Vice Chancellor of J.C. Bose University, for sparing his valuable time for us on this occasion of the festival itself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for always motivating us. You are never odd one out. You always you always motivate us, sir, in every form or every on every platform, in every event. You always motivate us with your words and with your deeds also, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your time and participants and with us also. Thank you. Now it's time for the formal vote of thanks for this beautiful valedictory session. So I request Professor Rajiv Kumar, coordinator of this Gian program and head department of mathematics, Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak, a man with strong dedication and never tiring strength and enthusiasm toward his work and assignments. So I request you, sir, to come on board for the formal thanks. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ekta Narwal. On this day of festival of colors and joy, I welcome on the board, and it is my privilege to propose vote of thanks. A very good evening. First of all, heartiest greetings to each and everyone on the board on this day. Chief Patron, respected Professor Rajbir Singh Ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak. Chief Guest, respected Professor S.K. Tomar Ji, Vice Chancellor, J.C. Bose University of Science and Technology, Faridabad. Guest of Honor, Revered Professor Arvind Pandey Ji, former advisor ICMR and former Director, National Institute of Medical Statistics, Delhi. Distinguished foreign expert, Professor Arni S.R. Rao, Director, Medical College of Georgia and Department of Mathematics, Augusta University, Augusta. Respected Professor J.P. Yadav, Local Gian Coordinator and Dean Faculty of Life Sciences. Professor Gulshan Lal Taneja Ji, Registrar, Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak. Professor Anup Man, our Dean Faculty of Physical Sciences. All Deans, Director, Heads, Faculty and of different department institute who have joined on this ceremony. Professor Renuchuk, Senior Professor of our department, my other esteemed colleague from the department, and above all, the dear participants. It is my proud privilege to propose a vote of thanks to you all on the occasion of valedictory ceremony of 7 days online Gyan course on stochastic processes, theory and its application in medical sciences. That is sponsored by Human Resource Development, Ministry of Home Resources, MHRD, Government of India under its Group of Academic Network Scheme. And this was organized from March 14 to 18 in the evening hours 5 to 9:30. On this day, you see the program, this Gyan course was started on National Pi Day, which is a very special for all mathematicians throughout the world. And of course, ending on very day of joy and festival, and that is Holi. Rightly said by our chief patron, it was planned, but this was in coordination with the Arni Rao. He was available on these days, sir. Otherwise, he was quite busy, and the program was being postponed many times. 3 times it was postponed, and finally, the days which come to be a very auspicious for all of us. National Pi Day as well as Holi. Thank you so much, sir. First of all, on behalf of myself and behalf of the Department of Mathematics and Maharishi Dayanand University, I heartily thanks the Ministry of Human Resource Development for sanctioning us this Gyan program. On my behalf and behalf of department, I heartily extend my gratitude to our chief patron, visionary and visionary personality, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Rajveer Singh Ji, for sparing his valuable time to preside over the ceremony and for all his kind words of encouragement and motivation for organizing such programs and for this ceremony also. I gratefully acknowledge your kind support we always receive from your side, sir. In the ceremony, we honored with gracious presence of our chief guest, respected Professor Shil Kumar Tomar Ji, Vice Chancellor of J.C. Bose University of Science and Technology, who have recently joined as a Vice Chancellor, a renowned mathematician, academician, and researcher, and a senior faculty member in the Punjab University, Chandigarh, who always inspires us. We are very thankful and indebted to him for accepting our request to be a chief guest of the ceremony, sparing his valuable time on this festival day. We are very grateful to the guest of honor, Revered Professor Arvind Pandey, a veteran in the field of statistical modeling, population science, and epidemiological studies, former advisor to DG ICMR, and national consultants to WHO, World Health Organization. Professor Pandey is presently a member of the Indian National Task Force on COVID-19 Operation Search Group and National Disease Free Certification for Tuberculosis. Thanks for word of motivation, sir, and encouragement to work in this area that is given by you at this ceremony. Thank you so much for joining, sir, and accepting our invitation. I thank you from core of my heart for being with us today in this evening. We are very highly thankful to distinguished foreign faculty, Sir Arni S.N. Rao, a renowned academician and scientist from Medical College of Georgia and Department of Mathematics, Augusta University, Augusta. Professor Rao currently served as a Director, Laboratory for Theory and Mathematical Modeling, Department of Medicine, Division of Infectious Disease and Medical College of Georgia. Since the program is allocated by MHRD to us, that is since from 2019, he has been connected with us and he has delivered talk to our department, taken sessions, and also co-supervising one of the student in collaboration with myself. So I am thankful to Professor Rao being with us all time, a man who is of par excellence in the area of stochastic modeling and epidemiology and operational research, basically a man of statistics, and he is agreed to collaborate with us even in the future endeavors. Thank you so much, Professor Rao. Your humble, presentation throughout and very knowledgeable sharing to our participant. He readily accepted our request, but it was a reference from Professor Pandey ji. In fact, when we was planning for a Gian program, I connected many eminent personalities throughout India. Through that, we can have a channel to have an international collaboration. And I'm really thankful to Professor Pandey that he suggested the name of Professor Rao and he kindly agreed to be a resource person and foreign faculty in this program. I'm really obliged, indebted to Professor Pandey that he suggested such a wonderful person for our department, and he really proved this. We extend our gratitude to Gian National Coordinator and Authority of IIT Kharagpur, especially Dr. Abhijit, who have always been in touch with us and always supportive to conduct this course. On this occasion, I also extend special thanks to Professor J.P. Yadav, local Gian Coordinator, who is always a supportive and cooperative to conduct this course. And in fact, he has motivated me to go for this course. Thank you so much, Professor Yadav. Heartiest thanks to well-known mathematician and dynamic personality, and of course, able administrator, Professor Gulshan Lal Taneja ji, Registrar of our university, Senior Professor of our department. Thank you so much for joining this ceremony, sir. During the course, it has been well highlighted and demonstrated that how stochastic processes plays a significant role in the medical sciences and about the potential to pursue research in this area. In the intensive course, there was total of 12-hour lecture and 3-hour tutorials. So total 15 hours have been covered, and a range of topics on stochastic processes and their application was covered in this area. The sessions were quite knowledgeable, interactive, and participative, and both theoretical as well as application part of the topic has been covered very well by Professor Rao. This course was meant for imparting wide spectrum of learning and to provide training in the area of stochastic processes and their application specifically to medical sciences. The participants had really enjoyed. That is the feedback we have from the participant, and during the session I have been connected, and I can see this was really an excellent opportunity to the participant to learn about this topic. It is my pleasure to apprise the August gathering on board that this course received an overwhelming response from more than 100 participants. But we, as per the Gian scheme, can allocate 50 participants. We can shortlist 50 participants, and most of them has very well participated in this, and they have been interactive. And really, I'm thankful to the participant being so cooperative and so with a learning attitude. It is also worth mentioning that the Department of Mathematics, on the occasion of 75th Azadi Ka Mahotsav, organizing various activities for the students, scholars, teachers, retired faculty members of the department, and alumni of the department. And this course was in a sequence of all that. I'm thankful to the Professor Rajbir Singh, our worthy Vice Chancellor, who is always a motivator behind conducting such programs. I'm really thankful to you, sir, supporting all the time to us. I also thank my colleague, esteemed colleague from the department, because without their help and support, we could not have such programs. We are also thanking all scientists, teachers, faculty members who have joined our program. I'm really thankful to the Professor Atul Juneja, senior scientist NIMS, who have joined over here as a guest. And I'm also thankful to Dr. P.P. Sharma, a senior scientist in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Jodhpur. Thank you so much, sir, for joining over here. I pay my gratitude to the University Authority for all kind of support to conduct the course. I will be failing in my duties if I won't not thank Director UCC and their team for all technical support to have this course through online mode. Thanks are due to Dr. Director PRO of our university and their staff, media and social personals for wide publicity of this course. Thanks are also there to Professor finance officers, accounts branch of the university. I'm really thankful to the organizing member and deputy coordinator, Dr. Poonam Redu, and the research scholars who are supporting all time, 5 days, 24 by 7. They are connected. I'm really thankful to non-teaching staffs who, without their help, we cannot have such programs. And I'm also thankful to the health cleaning staff also, because they are maintaining all health and hygiene for all of us. Thank you so much. I again thank you all on the board from core of my heart being in the ceremony today. You are aware that it is the auspicious day for all of us, a festival of color. My best wishes and greetings to each and everyone on the day. Thank you all and very good night. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks again. Now let's end this knowledgeable program and evening with national anthem. So I request my team to play the national anthem, and I request all of you to please stand up on your place.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you everyone for joining the platform. Hope you all had a great time ahead. Thank you everyone.
Srinivasa sir, can you share your email ID?
Yeah. Shall we share with you, dear participants? We will share the contact number as well as the email ID of Professor Rao, so that you can pursue your future discussions with Professor Rao. And we too, I also, as per our Professor Pandey has suggested, we be connected with the group, a group of, I can say, group of stochastic processes and application, and you can pursue your research. I'm also available. My area, of course, relate to this, as I've already given my talk. Professor Rao is also in our group, and many other can also join together to work to pursue the research in this area, so that the humanity can be maintained and health issues can be resolved. So this is a humble promise from my side. We can pursue, as I have seen that many participants are interested to have the research area in this group, this direction. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
To Poonam Redu